Is the U.S. economy about to hit 4 economic shocks at the same time? The Wall Street Journal says it's a possibility. So do economists, including Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell. Economic uncertainty means you have to keep up with what's happening. Make sure you subscribe and we'll keep you in the know. Persistent inflation, interest rate uncertainty, and a banking crisis that led to the second and third largest bank failures in U.S. history. But could the economic environment become even more precarious in the months ahead? A Wall Street Journal article says 4 economic shocks could be poised to hit the economy at the same time this fall. An expanded auto workers strike, a government shutdown, resumption of student loan payments, and rising oil prices. According to Gregory Dacko, chief economist at EY Parthenon, it's that quadruple threat of all elements that could disrupt economic activity. The United Auto Workers hit the bricks on September 15th, walking out on the nation's big 3 automakers simultaneously for the first time in history. Since then, the number of striking auto workers has nearly doubled, growing from 13,000 to 25,000. For now, the UAW has opted not to expand the strike further, but a host of issues separating the workers from the automakers remains unresolved. One estimate says the walkout resulted in economic losses totaling roughly $4 billion in just the first 2 weeks. According to Goldman Sachs, if the strike does grow, the impacts could include a reduction in annualized GDP by up to 0.1 percentage point each week. University of Michigan economist Gabe Elrich said recently, "I don't expect the strike on its own to tip the national economy into recession, but there are other speed bumps coming." The Wall Street Journal says another one of those speed bumps is the possibility of a government shutdown. One potential shutdown was narrowly avoided 2 weeks ago, but some experts say the historic ouster of Speaker Kevin McCarthy raises the likelihood that a shutdown will come to pass in the near future. And the resumption of student loan payments represents another potential shock, according to the Wall Street Journal. Student loan forbearance is coming to an end after 3 years, and researchers at Goldman Sachs say the resumption of payments could cost U.S. households roughly $70 billion per year and translate to a 0.8 percentage point decline in fourth quarter consumer spending. Finally, let's discuss the surge in oil prices. The price of oil soared over 20% in the third quarter to more than $90 per barrel. And despite a price retreat based on a recent decline in demand, analysts say oil could settle above the $90 per barrel level and potentially reach triple digits before the end of 2023. In recent days, OPEC Plus, Saudi Arabia, and Russia confirmed their commitment to ongoing production cuts. Elevated oil prices could also mean re-accelerating inflation, which could make the Federal Reserve's task of containing price pressures without breaking the economy even more challenging. The economy is fighting to stay resilient in the face of a 2-year onslaught of inflation and rate hikes. But as it does, an array of new potential economic shocks now circle overhead. Shocks recently acknowledged by Fed Chair Jerome Powell, who said, "It's the strike, it's government shutdown, resumption of student loan payments, higher long-term rates, oil price shock, You're coming into this with an economy that appears to have significant momentum. And that's what we start with. But we do have this collection of risks. In a world of economic shocks, knowledge is our shield. While tremors are inevitable, their legacy isn't. This is Devlin Steele for Augusta Precious Metals, reminding you to stay prepared and stay informed. That's why I suggest you take the time to learn more about what's really going on in the economy by attending our exclusive one-on-one web conference at AugustaPreciousMetals.com/webconference.